We now have our last semifinal. So one more match until we go into the final.
We're almost there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
That's right.
Yeah. So just to recap our last match, we had Matt Harms and Derek Holm. They both tied 5-5 in frames, but Matthew Harms had a 253 to Derek's 213. Derek ran into little headpin problems, and Matt threw some timely strikes.
That's right. This last semifinal match that we have has our number 12 seed Greg DeGrazia from Thunder Bay, Ontario. He is just coming off a quarterfinal win against his buddy Mitch Davies, going up against Rylan Willier, our number 9 seed qualifier, and he has been on an absolute commanding performance. He's gone 2 matches in a row where he has a 10-0 winning streak, which has never been done in tour finals history before, and this young one on our tour is putting on a show. Yeah,
he's got a 748 double. He's at a 343 and a 405. Greg's also had a 336 in there too, so I wouldn't count him out as well. And
that's right.
Can Rylan keep it going?
Yeah, both of them have shown that they can come out hot right from the gun, so we're going to see, this is going to be a really good one, I think, coming into that last match before the finals.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Let's go.
Good luck, guys. All right, so we are here in our second semifinal match.
Yeah, you're good to go. Just waiting on Rylan. Rylan's choice.
So Rylan is the 9 seed, so he has chosen to have Greg go throw that first shot out there. That's usually his typical choice.
The last semifinal here.
Last semifinal. So again, every frame is worth $200. Both of these players.
Okay.
I completely shocked.
You could just smile about that one.
Yeah, it's frame 1. Okay, sure. All right, bowling gods, give me the aces. Both of these players are going to be looking to add some money to their already hefty pockets.
Yeah, Greg so far today has won $1,000, and Ryan has won $1,500. Or Rylan, sorry.
Rylan, yeah. So Greg is looking to get that 15, and just going to hope that Rylan has a little bit of a misstep. We haven't seen too many missteps from Rylan this tournament so far.
Yeah, is he going to win a frame?
And is he going to be the first to win a frame off of Rylan today? For the first time ever in Tour Championship history, we have someone who has gone 20-0 in frames.
Wow. Might not ever see that again.
We might not ever see that again. It has been an absolute phenomenal performance from Rylan.
Right. Still can get the spare for the frame.
Yep. He hasn't had to throw many second shots today. So it'll be interesting to see how he does on this spare conversion.
1 for 1 on spares since the last game,
anyway. I think so, yeah.
To get a couple in the first game. Takes the first frame. So he's keeping the black marks.
Keeping the black marks and the winning frames rolling here.
Yep.
Our last semifinal match. Taking a little bit extra time here. Really focusing on executing his shot. Starting from that back of the approach. Steps onto it in his first step. Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, it almost looked like that one was just a little bit flat compared to what we've seen him throw.
I'm assuming that's probably what it was.
In the quarterfinals and in the first round, in those matches, it seemed like whatever he put on the middle was just having the carry to go and was pushing those pins typically. Whereas this one just didn't have that extra roll on the ball to get that corner pin to go.
Yeah. I mean, we can't be perfect all the time.
We can't be perfect all the time, no. And a spare in frame 2 is still a good thing. Greg is going to have to throw that strike to take the point from frame 2. Otherwise, could be a carryover or even a win for Rylan.
Ooh, that was
And he wanted that corner pin to fall so bad. You could see him double take.
Little teaser is like tweaking.
He was trying really hard, but just couldn't go. So this frame with a spare here will be the first carryover. And he gets it confidently.
$200 a frame in this match.
That's right. So this frame will be worth $400.
I'm going to go a couple numbers that I touched on earlier. So, well, this weekend we're giving away $15,000.
$15,000. Lots of prize money on the line here. Oh, and he gets it there for the strike and 3, forcing Rylan to throw that strike before he goes down.
It almost looked like he stuck a little, but then he just finished it good enough.
A little bit. Just got it over to that right pocket.
That's typically what would happen if you stick. You just can't get that little extra and you punch a lot.
Exactly, yeah. But he was able to just get that finish on the ball.
Power
get it to the right side. Rylan looking to throw the strike here. His dad Rob in the stands cheering him on.
I kind of think he's going to throw a strike here.
I feel like, you know, we've had 2 frames without. Let's do.
Yeah, just showed the first guy at the lanes this morning.
And there it is. We have a 2-frame carryover, making frame 4 worth $600.
Early bird gets the worm, right?
Early bird gets the worm.
I'm just waiting for his ball to come back.
White Manhattan that he bought from 5-Pin Universe creator Carrie Kreitz. Seems like it was a pretty good purchase. And we're just waiting on that ball to come back. Pin Chaser just got back there, knocking some things around so we can get that ball out here. As we know, Rylan only has that 1 ball on the lane, and his second shot he uses just a house ball. So
typically, yeah, sorry to interrupt you there.
That's okay.
Typically, when you're by yourself on a lane, you don't come back as quick. If there's lots of people on the lane, that ball would be back already.
Back already.
Still go through their same routine.
That consistency on the lane. Getting all the right feels in.
All those positive thoughts.
Sometimes easier said than done.
Yeah.
That one he got out there a little bit more than he typically does, and it just didn't have quite the finish on it to push over the corner, but still a great shot.
Yeah. Right at the spare.
Yep.
Yep.
And gets it clean.
He's hitting everything he's aiming at.
That's right. Still a clean game up there. So with that spare and 4, Greg throws the double here. He's going to take that carryover of 2 frames. He's going to go up 3 frames to 1.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and there was just like in his approach,
Jerky,
little off balance, little jerky, yeah. And that's where we see that not finishing the shot, not finishing the ball, and punching out that head pin like you said last frame.
Yeah, he's going to be down 4-0.
Down 4-0, and Rylan's 24-0. So at this point, all Greg can do, clean up the head pin and go into frame 5 with just a little bit of a regroup. Get that confidence back. He's throwing a great shot. Aces, corner pin, strike, head pin. He's all over the middle of where he needs to be. He's just maybe pushing it a little too much and just needs to get that roll back on the ball.
Yeah. And still kind of close in pinfall because Rylan's got 3 spares and a strike. If he had a few more strikes, it'd be
a little bit more of a pull away. Yeah.
Obviously, it's crunch time now.
Obviously, it's crunch time, but Greg has so much experience in tournaments, both as a team player and as a singles player, that if there had to be someone on the lane who's going to be able to mentally power through this, he is definitely one of the ones that you would think could do it. He has been a force to be reckoned with in Canadian bowling for quite a long time.
Yes, he beat me in the Canadian singles final.
That Greg. But here we're seeing just a little bit of a mess up.
I think he's getting a little quick.
Yeah, going to the left side.
There you go. But
And
he
then the
punches
punch
it.
out, yeah.
Because the thought process is like, I got to hit the middle.
I have to hit the middle because
As
you don't want to
opposed-
blow by again.
Yeah, but you're not thinking about the spare, right? You're thinking about just hitting the middle. So I think the tendency, like we do that a lot.
Yeah. We're going to have to just reset that quickly here as the head pin just is coming down, or something is coming down on the
Oh,
lane.
the 3-pin.
Use that, Greg. Use it.
Stay up this time. There we go. Oh, and he plows out the 3-pin. So he's going to have 13 in frame 5. Rylan has basically 3 chances at cleaning up all the sticks on the lane to go up 5 frames to nothing.
Wow. I
Again.
didn't think it would be just a matter of winning those carryovers, right?
It is.
You get in that carryover and you lose it.
That carryover is massive, and it's one of those things that whoever's winning those carryovers is probably going to pull ahead.
First head pin.
The first head pin, but not over. Has to clean it up if he wants to take that 5th frame.
I'm going to be honest, I don't even think he's had an open frame.
The
340 was a clean game, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it was a clean game, and the 405 was 100% a clean game.
Yeah.
So this is the first real test that we're going to see of Rylan in his pinning.
Yeah. And we're going to give Greg an opportunity to take the first frame from him.
That's right. A 2-pin will give Greg frame number 5.
Yeah. Well, I guess I was thinking this was the next frame already, but no, yeah, you're right.
No, a 2-pin here is going to give Greg the point. 3-pin, it goes to a carryover. And there's the 2-pin. Greg is the first one to take a frame off of Rylan Willier in this tournament.
I wasn't expecting that.
So there's a little bit of an opening there for Greg, right? You're down 3 points at this point. You have 5 frames left to play. I mean, it's definitely not the position you want to be in going into the last half, but there is that hope there still. And pinfall is
Close
anyone's
enough.
game at this point.
Yeah, 225 points left each.
That's right. So Rylan looks like he's just taking a second to regroup here. This isn't the typical game we've been seeing from him. He's still hitting the middle lots, but not getting that explosion of pins to get the strikes to fall. So,
Oh,
boy,
the monkey in the back.
that one. That 2-pin falling over so late.
Little string pull, maybe?
A little string pull. I'm not sure what it was, but just that muscle, the vegan muscle,
Yeah.
getting it
Power
over.
ball.
Power ball. And Greg with that head pin goes down.
He
4
dec-
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He decelerated there.
Yeah. It's almost trying to just be too exact on getting it to that pocket, and he's just pushing it.
5-1.
5-1. So at worst, Rylan can tie the points 5-5. And he now does have a little bit of an advantage in pinfall as well with that strike in 6 if he counts on it.
Yep.
So Greg is going to have to really dig deep here to come out of this one.
Yeah, I mean, if Ryan gets spare 150 to 108,
Right.
42 ahead minimum.
Exactly, yeah. Is he going to get
Doesn't.
the string pull? No.
It's just tickling it.
He's had a couple shots like that this match where it's wiggling around, but it won't go over. But he gets the spare.
Yeah, and we're in match 10, and the previous 9 matches, the person who's won the first frame has won 8 of the 9.
Yeah. That's come into play so many times. So Rylan already sitting with $1,000 this game. Greg with
200.
200. Rylan needs a strike to take frame 7, and that will solidify the win.
Be nice to get it over early, right?
It would be really nice to get it over here and just know that you're going to the next one. But with that head pin, Greg's going to take frame 7.
So we have 5 frames to 2, assuming he doesn't spare this. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean-
not an ideal count on that strike when we're thinking about pinfall.
Now, if Craig were to throw a strike, you have 138 and 7, and Rylan would have 150. So he's only down 12.
Which is nothing.
So a run by either guy right now, like a triple, would probably do it.
That's right.
Or put huge pressure
For
on.
pinfall, if it comes down to that 5-5 split
Yeah.
points.
It's the closest one he's been in, obviously.
This is the closest one he's been in. This has really just been a match of letters. They're both getting all kinds of things. They're sparing the sparables, but it's just who's putting those head pins where right now. Got that one out a little bit farther, and it was an absolute bomb in the right pocket.
Yeah, that was the shot there. Just keeps putting the pressure on Greg.
Greg looking to answer and get that big count in his 7th frame spare.
Oh, head pin again.
And here his buddy Mitch Davies in the crowd cheering him on, was really hoping he was going to be able to get that to go over to the side.
That would give Rylan Willier the victory.
It would. That backup just didn't come back quite enough to cross over. Punched out the middle.
Greg's up.
Rylan will be moving on to the final.
Yeah, 3 head pins and a set of aces, a couple corners.
Yeah,
Just can't find that strike shot.
that's right. Grinding all the way through, but just not able to get those pins to go.
I mean, there's still $400 up for grabs.
100%, yeah. So Greg with his $1,000, he's sitting at $1,400 now, and he's going to be wanting to get a little bit more, I think, especially coming out from Ontario. So
Yeah, 400 for Ontario guys for travel allowance.
yeah, but he's won 400 this match so far, plus his 1,000 too. So he's got a little chunk of change to take home,
Yeah.
and misses the spare in
The
nine.
lane 13 chop off. Strikes again.
I honestly don't know if we've had that many lane 14 chop-offs today.
We've had 1, I think.
I think. There's been a lot of lane 13 chop-offs throughout the matches. Good 15 for Greg. Obviously not what he's hoping for, having 158 and 9, but there's really not a lot he could do with this game with the amount of like unsparables that he has up there. Rylan looking to throw any kind of mark in frame 9 and take another point here. Silent here in Sherwood Bowl. Throws
Strike
another
again.
good one, gets the strike, another
Another
$200 in his pocket. And he's just been showing why it's hard to go up against him today. That really heavy big Manhattan that he has, the 5-inch, 3 and 12 ounces, doesn't like to come back on its own very often.
It's
There it
getting
goes.
stuck in the back.
Gets stuck in the back.
I think sometimes the bigger, heavier ones.
They do. They tend to just kind of get nestled into a corner back there. Rylan looking to put a cap on this, throwing some good shots in 10.
Same routine over.
And with this being our last semifinal match, he'll be going right ahead into the finals. Big strike in 10. And potential for a 285 sitting up there.
Yeah, that would give them
He has 730 before this game.
748.
748, so
933 triple. Or no, 1033.
1033 triple, yeah. Not, oh, actually, his
could
high triple right now is a 1018 overall of all time. So he stands right now to
If he bangs out, he can beat it.
bang out, and yeah, 1018, 405, and a 343. So he needs a 270 to tie his high triple. 271 will give him his new career high.
Personal best, yeah.
There's another strike on the
There
board
it
for
is.
him. He's at 270 with a ball in hand, so this is his new high personal best triple as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic tournament. And with that double in 10, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Greg that he has to throw the double and then match or beat Rylan's last ball to be able to take another $200.
And every guy that's thrown the double in 10,
Has
the other
won.
guy, yeah.
Yeah. Once you throw that double in 10, there's a lot that have seen that and not been able to execute when they have to match it. An absolute cannon.
285. What's his new triple?
285, his new high total, 1,033, and he is averaging 344 on the day.
Decent.
And
Greg
with
just
that
like, "Get me
chop off,
outta here."
Greg's over. There's our second chop off on lane 14, though.
Yeah. So 8 frames, $1,600. So 285 for Rylan. Greg with 173. 8 frames to 2.
All right, and we are heading to the finals.
You bet.
All right, and here we are with the winner of that semifinal, Rylan Willier.
Yes,
Another big win. I guess that answers that question. Are you going to go 40-0 here today? But you finally lost a frame in the fifth frame, but still an 8-2 win. Man, you got to be feeling good.
Yeah, no, it feels still the same as it does the last match. We'll see what happens this next match, but I got the good vibes, good people, consistency.
Yeah, so obviously you had the first few frames. You won the first frame, and then there was a 3-frame carryover. So you're off again to a quick 4-0 lead. Then you punched in 5, strike in 6, and another punch in 7. Any moment of hesitation and worry at all, or was it just let's put those aside? And I guess I'm already up 4-1. I just got to go get the last one now.
Yeah, maybe like a little bit of nerves in 5 and 7, but it's my first and second punch of the day. I just cleared that from my head and just went on with the other frames.
Yeah, and then exactly what you did is you come back in 8, 9, 10, where all of a sudden you bang out all 5 of those, so the 135. So you're back up to a 285. What looked like a little bit of an unknown game.
Yeah.
Cleaned up to a 285, and you're right on pace for you there too.
Yeah.
But obviously a worthy opponent in Greg DeGrazia.
Absolutely.
Didn't have it as well that game. He punched a little bit, struggled a little bit, but you got to give props out to Greg for sure.
Absolutely. I respect him so much, and I respect every player in this game that's at the top level, and yeah, we'll see what happens this next match.
Good work, and now here you are. You're into the final. We'll crack probably 5-minute little turnaround here, but you're gonna be playing against Matt Harms. Quick thoughts about playing against Matt?
I don't think I've ever played a match against Matt Harms, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But like I said, I got the same people behind me all day. We'll see what happens.
Good job. Well, congratulations. Good luck in the final.
Thanks, DB.
There we go. Rylan Willier, everyone.
That recaps our semifinals now. So now we're on to the final. So in that last semifinal, we had Rylan Willier against Greg DeGrazia. Rylan kept his winning ways going. Maybe not quite as many strikes as the other games, but he still had a few there with the 285. And Greg with the 173. So
You know what? This game just put Rylan back on the board as well in some of his career bests. He beat his career high triple. This has actually put him tied for 8th in our skins points, and it's only his first appearance on tour, so he just continues to steamroll through. And Greg threw a great game. It was just a matter of he only missed the middle once, but just had so many unsparables that he couldn't compete with the powerhouse that was Rylan this time.
yeah, and even the frames that Rylan didn't get strikes, he got his spares, and he won the frames that way as well. So
That's right.
okay, who do we have in our final?
The final match is next, and we have Rylan Willier taking on our number 3 seed, Matt Harms.